It was around 6 in the evening. Cars were moving. People were walking home from work. But under the big bridge at Johnson Street, a girl sat alone on the cold ground. Her name was Lilly. Lilly was only 17. She had no mother, no father, no sister, no brother. She had no home, no bed, no food. Just one old nylon bag and the torn clothes on her body. Every day, she sat there. People passed her. Some looked. Some didn't. She wanted to cry, but her eyes were tired of tears. Then, one evening, as she sat there, hungry and shaking from cold, a car stopped. It was a black Jeep. The glass came down slowly. A woman sat inside. Her face was smooth. Her nails were long. Her perfume filled the air. She looked at Lilly and said, "Come." Lilly did not move. She was afraid. The woman smiled and said again, "Come. I won't harm you." Lilly stood up slowly, picked her nylon bag, and walked to the car. The woman opened the door. "My name is Auntie Bella." "What's your name?" "Lilly," the girl said with a quiet voice. "Are you hungry?" Lilly nodded. "Get in." Lilly looked left. Looked right. Then she entered the car. For the first time in weeks, she sat on something soft. The chair smelled of flowers. Auntie Bella drove. No one spoke. After some time, she stopped in front of a big house. Very big. The gate opened by itself. 2 dogs barked. Loud. Lilly became afraid again. But Auntie Bella said, "Don't worry. They won't bite." They entered the house. It was shining. There was food on the table. Chicken. Rice. Fried plantain. Juice. Water. "Eat," Auntie Bella said. Lilly ate like someone who had not seen food in days, because she really hadn't. After eating, Auntie Bella gave her a new dress and showed her a clean room. That night, Lilly slept on a real bed for the first time in years. She cried again, but this time, not because of pain, but because of peace. But peace does not last forever. The next morning, Auntie Bella knocked on the door and said, "Lilly, today I want to show you how to make real money. Millions." Lilly's heart began to beat fast. Lilly came out of the room slowly. She had just taken her bath, and she was wearing a clean gown. Her hair was no longer scattered. Her skin was beginning to look fresh again. But inside her heart, fear was growing. She entered the sitting room and saw Auntie Bella sitting on a white sofa, drinking juice. The TV was on, but the sound was low. "Come and sit," Auntie Bella said. Lilly sat down, her hands shaking a little. "You said you want to change your life, right?" Auntie Bella asked. Lilly nodded. "You want to be rich? You want to leave the street and never suffer again?" Lilly nodded again. "Yes, Ma." Auntie Bella smiled. She stood up, walked to a drawer, and brought out a small envelope. She opened it and poured the money on the table. "Count it," she said. Lilly touched the money slowly. She had never seen that kind of money before. 10 bundles. 1 million naira, Auntie Bella said with a smile. Lilly looked up, confused. "For me?" "Yes. For you." Tears filled Lilly's eyes. Why are you giving me this?" Auntie Bella stood in front of her and spoke softly, "Because I like you. And I want you to help me." Lilly's hands dropped from the money. "What do you want me to do?" she asked quietly. Auntie Bella didn't answer immediately. She picked a bottle of perfume from the table and sprayed it on Lilly's neck. "You're beautiful, Lilly. Very beautiful. Men will pay anything to be with a girl like you." Lilly's eyes grew wide. Her mouth opened, but words didn't come out. "I'm not forcing you," Auntie Bella said. "But if you want to live this life, the cars, the clothes, the food, the peace, then you have to be ready to give something in return." Lilly's voice finally came out, weak and shaky. "You mean, sleep with them?" Auntie Bella nodded. Lilly stood up and stepped back. No. I can't do that. I'd rather stay on the street. But before she could walk away, Auntie Bella clapped her hands once. A man came in from the other door. He was tall, wearing all black. His face had no smile. Lilly froze. Auntie Bella stood up, walked to her, and whispered in her ear, "There is no going back now, Lilly. You've eaten. You've slept in my house. You owe me." Lilly's heart dropped. Tears rolled down her cheeks. She looked at the man. He said nothing, just stared at her. She looked at the money on the table. And then, she looked at the door. Her mind was shouting run. But her legs were weak. Lilly did not sleep that night. She sat on the edge of the bed, holding her knees tight to her chest. Her face was wet with tears. Her heart was heavy like stone. The man didn't touch her. He didn't speak. He just sat in the chair in the corner of the room, looking at his phone, waiting. But that made it worse, because the waiting was killing Lilly inside. She had never known this kind of fear before. After what felt like many hours, the man stood up. He picked his jacket from the bed, looked at Lilly one last time, and said, "Not today. You're not ready." Then he left. Lilly fell on the bed and cried until her voice broke. The next morning, she woke up weak. Her eyes were swollen. Her body was shaking. She came out of the room and met Auntie Bella already dressed in her shining gown, her makeup perfect. Auntie Bella didn't ask if she was okay. She just said, "Freshen up. We have a client waiting this evening. A big one. He pays in dollars." Lilly dropped to the floor. "Please. I don't want this life. Please let me go." Auntie Bella looked at her like she was nothing. "You think life is free," she said. "The street will eat you alive. Go back there and see if hunger won't kill you before the week ends." Lilly whispered, "Then let it kill me. At least I would die with my body." Auntie Bella laughed. "You talk like a child, but life is not for children." Then she walked out and slammed the door. Lilly sat there, broken. She knew she had to leave that house, before it was too late. But how? She had no phone. No money. No one to call. And then, for the first time, she thought of Mama Ayama, the old woman who used to sell bean cake by the roadside, the only person who ever gave her free food and called her daughter. Maybe she was still there. Maybe she could help. Lilly stood up, cleaned her face, and walked to the window. The compound had a high wall. 2 dogs walked around. 1 gate. 1 guard. No freedom. But she had made her decision. She would not sleep with anyone for money. Not even for 1 million, she would escape. Even if it cost her life. That night, Lilly didn't sleep. She sat by the window, watching the gate. The dogs were still moving around. 1 guard sat close to the entrance, smoking and pressing his phone. Her heart was beating fast. She waited for silence, real silence, the kind that only comes when everyone is deep in sleep. At around 2 a.m. she opened the window slowly. No sound. She removed her slippers. She didn't want it to make noise. She tied her old nylon bag to her back and climbed out, shaking like leaf. The ground was cold. But her fear was hotter than the night breeze. She bent low and ran behind the flowers, crawling past the wall like a rat. She reached the back fence. It was tall. Very tall. But there was a small drum by the wall. She climbed it. Her hands grabbed the top of the fence. She pushed. Pulled. Struggled. Then, a loud bark. The dogs had seen her. They rushed toward her like thunder. Lilly screamed. She pushed herself up, scratched her legs, tore her dress, and jumped over the fence. She fell hard. Her knees hit the ground. Pain shot through her body. But she didn't stop. She got up and ran barefoot, as fast as her legs could carry her, her breath sharp and heavy. She didn't look back. She just ran. By the time morning came, Lilly was sitting by a roadside kiosk, her body covered in dust, blood on her ankle, her heart still shaking. She was free. But she was hungry again. Tired. Dirty. Lost. Then she remembered Mama Ayama. She stood up and began walking toward the part of the city she once lived in. It took her many hours. People looked at her with pity. No one helped. At last, she reached the small junction where Mama Ayama used to fry bean cake. But the table was empty. No fire. No smell of oil. No Mama. Lilly sat down on the cold cement beside the wall and covered her face. A boy came out from the nearby shop and said, "Auntie, are you looking for that old woman that used to fry akra?" Lilly looked up quickly. Yes. Mama Ayama. Where is she? The boy shook his head. She fainted 2 days ago. They carried her to one cheap hospital. Lilly's heart dropped. The only person who cared about her was fighting for her life. She looked up to the sky, tears in her eyes, and whispered, "God, are you still watching me?" Lilly didn't wait. She stood up and asked the boy, "Please, which hospital?" He pointed to the end of the street. "It's called Hope Clinic." Lilly began walking. Her leg was bleeding. Her stomach was crying. Her eyes were tired. But she didn't stop. She reached the hospital and walked straight to the front desk. The nurse looked at her with surprise. Her dress was torn. Her face dirty. Her feet covered in dust. But Lilly didn't care. "I want to see Mama Ayama," she said. The nurse asked for full name. "I don't know," Lilly replied. She used to sell bean cake. Everyone calls her Mama Ayama. The nurse checked the record. "Yes. We admitted an old woman like that." But what?" Lilly asked, scared. "She's in a serious condition. No one has paid for her bills. We can't even buy her the right drugs." "Can I see her?" Lilly whispered. The nurse nodded. Room 3. Lilly walked in slowly. There, on the small hospital bed, lay Mama Ayama, her skin pale, her breathing slow. Lilly walked close and held her hand. The old woman opened her eyes, weakly. "Lilly," she said. Tears filled Lilly's eyes. "Yes, Mama. It's me. You came back." Lilly nodded. "I came to see you. You're the only one who ever loved me." Mama Ayama smiled with her dry lips. "I prayed for you, every night." Lilly couldn't hold it. She knelt by the bed and cried like a baby. "I ran away from something terrible. But I made it back. I'm sorry I left. I'm sorry I couldn't do more." Mama Ayama closed her eyes again. Her finger slowly wrapped around Lilly's hand. That evening, as Lilly sat beside her, a tall man in a clean shirt walked into the room. He looked like a doctor, but not just a doctor, someone important. "Are you her relative?" he asked. Lilly shook her head. "No, but she's my mother in my heart." The man looked at Lilly closely. He saw the scars on her leg. The pain in her eyes. The truth in her words. "I was passing by and heard your story at the front desk," he said. "I want to help. I'll pay all her bills. And you need care too." Lilly looked at him, shocked. "You don't even know me." He smiled. "I know enough." For the first time in a long time, Lilly felt something in her chest. Hope. The kind of hope that does not come with money, but with kindness. And from that moment, everything began to change. 2 weeks later, Mama Ayama was back on her feet. She smiled again. She laughed again. She even called Lilly her angel. And Lilly. She was no longer that scared girl sleeping under a bridge. The doctor who helped her, Dr. Daniel, gave her a small job at the hospital. Cleaning and helping the nurses. He also helped her go back to school. For the first time in her life, Lilly had a roof over her head, food in her belly, peace in her heart, and people who truly cared. She never forgot where she came from. She never forgot the cold nights, the hunger, the pain. But most of all, she never forgot the choice she made, to keep her body, her dignity, even when the world tried to buy it. And because of that one brave choice, her life changed forever. Please, my brother, my sister. If you've watched this story to the end, I beg you with tears in my heart. Don't let my effort waste. Just subscribe. Please, I beg you. Like this video. Leave a comment, even if it's just a word. It gives me strength to keep going. And please, share it with someone. Help me spread this story. I talk from my heart. God bless you as you support me. Thank you. I no take your support for granted.